All good?
Good. Thank you.
It's a good question. I think the benefits of identifying anonymous traffic, we've heard a lot today at the conference about personalization, and I think it's very difficult for retailers to personalize the customer experience if they don't first understand and have visibility of who their visitors are. So that's one way that makes it really important to understand your otherwise anonymous visitors. I think when it comes to executionally, what that actually means in real time, it means that you can personalize the on-site experience, make sure that the journey that the customer goes on is relevant to their needs and their levels of intent. From a BounceX perspective as well, what it means is that we can send significantly more behavioral site recovery emails because we're able to identify a larger proportion of your traffic, something that otherwise isn't possible if you don't know who those people are. So yeah, I'd say those are a couple of the key reasons. There's a few ways that retailers can do this, and I'll talk primarily about the digital experience, but I think if you think about the age-old analogy of an in-store customer service assistant and how they will treat you in-store based on what you're looking at, what products you might be browsing, based on the level of intent that you are showing towards a particular product, you want to be able to do the same in the digital environment. So how can you pick up on behavioral cues of what a customer might be doing on the website, what products they might be showing higher levels of affinity for, in order to customize the experience based on what they're actually showing intent for. One example of that is to talk about a specific execution that we manage on behalf of some of our clients. Comparison shopping is a big issue for many retailers today, and a digital clue towards that behavior is highlighting and copy-pasting the product name. You then paste that into Google to see if you can get it cheaper somewhere else. Something that we do for some of our clients is when we detect that behavior on the website, we will communicate through an on-site campaign one of the benefits of shopping directly with that brand, or perhaps offer an incentive or a value proposition that will discourage the customer from leaving that session, and ultimately enables you to convert a higher proportion of your traffic rather than losing them to a competitor. So there's a couple of ideas to start thinking about. Just by having the tag on the site, so we've got a team of data scientists at BounceX who are looking for on-site behaviours and what that might relate to in the real world. So this was one that we identified just by having our tracking on the website. We saw it happening repeatedly, customers making that behaviour, and then we started to think about what that was actually meaning in practice. And it meant that a lot of them were comparison shopping and going to buy elsewhere.
You guys can track that and prevent that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Okay, so I have one last question about the event, if you feel like answering. So
sure.
What did you like about the event, or if there was one keynote that you liked particularly?
Yeah, I think there's been a couple of standout things for me. I think the session from, I forget his name, but the guy at Warner Music this morning, I thought that was quite aspirational, quite scary as well, talking about blockchain and what that might mean for the retail industry. And I also enjoyed the roundtable session that we had earlier. It was quite a good interactive discussion, lots of good ideas, lots of questions that still remain unanswered, but I think that's the whole purpose of this kind of thing.